Hi guys, welcome to live number 2. I'm in my pajamas. You know why? Because your girl had time to go home today and shower. Oh, hey girl. Let me add you in, baby. Hold on. Let me add you in. I added you, girl. And I'm going to do my skincare until I see you pop up. But I added you.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
You say you had time to shower. I heard that.
Yes,
You
girl.
didn't have to rush today, huh?
Mm-mm. It
That's
was
good.
How you
I'm doing
doing?
good. How are you?
I'm okay. Oh, I'm all right. Yeah. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Olivia. I am a nurse. I've been a nurse for over 10 years now. I've worked in a lot in healthcare, from womb care to restorative. I did bedside nursing, and now I am a qualified mental health professional. So I go to my patient's house and I administer their monthly psychotropic injections.
Hmm. Okay. And then tell us at the fourth live what you're gonna be giving away.
So I'm going to be giving away, it will either be two things. So if you are in the healthcare industry, I have my own scrub line called Scrubs R Us Boutique. So I will be giving away a set of my scrubs. I have two sets, so you get to pick which set you want. If you're not in the healthcare industry, then I have a gift card for you. Because I want it to be fair, because a lot of the winner may not be in healthcare and they can't do anything with my scrubs. So I want to make sure somebody gets something.
Of course, of course. Okay, guys. So my name is Dana. I am a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 7 years. Um, I'm also a veteran. I was in the military for 4 years. Um, Currently, right now, I'm a hospice nurse, and I've done med surg, I've done oncology, I've done pre-op and PACU. There's a whole slew of things. I've been a nurse for, it's okay. That's the only time it's okay. But that's it. And for the live, at the fourth live, I want to give away my mental health book, which is called Don't Do It, the Black Girl Self-Help Guide to Suicide Prevention. It's a journal and a book. It's a 21-day prompt. So every day you have something to do to help you with your mental health, and my story is included within the book. And I want to give away a pink hoodie dress and a pair of boots from my clothing line. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna get started. Um, I'll have you open up with the first stigma. We're talking about mental health stigmas, of course, and we're just going to be like setting the tone, overcoming all of the mental health stigmas that are out there that are basically not true, and we're gonna say why they're not true. So I'll let you start with the first one, and then I'll read the second one. I have the prompts here too.
Okay. So the first one is seeking help is a sign of weakness. That is definitely a myth. Seeking help is a sign of being strong. Not
That's
seeking help is actually a sign of weakness. Because, for example, if you break your leg, what are you going to do? You're going to seek help, right? So if you feel that you're depressed or things like that, what are you going to do? You should seek help instead of letting it build in.
right, right.
Some situations we try to handle them there ourselves, but when we're trying to handle it, we navigate through the wrong way, not knowing that we're navigating through the wrong way because we're like, hey, I got it, I'm going to figure this out myself,
Mm,
instead of just saying I need help figuring this out. this right here is a strong challenge for me mentally.
That's right. And I feel like a lot of us, we follow the crowd.
Yep.
So we're sitting here, we're like, oh, well, I heard on Instagram this girl was saying so and so. And she was like, you know, if you got mental health issues and you go to a therapist, you crazy. And oh, and by the way, if you go on drugs, you still crazy. And y'all, that's not true. That's not true at all.
No.
That's not true. So it's like, if you know you need the help, it's okay to get it. Like medications are okay. And all medications don't make you crazy. All medications don't make you addicted to it. All medications are not set to kill you because a lot of them believe, oh, if I take certain medications, I'm gonna die soon. It's gonna help me die quick.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, no, it's just to mellow you out. Try to center your thoughts a little bit while you're on it because when you're mellowed out, you can
Yes.
think a little better, you know?
And you know
So,
what my favorite saying is? It's okay to not be okay.
right,
It is okay
right,
to not be okay.
right. And I think people think like if I'm not okay, that I can't tell anybody because they're gonna see me
Mm-hmm.
cuckoo.
And when you internalize things, that stuff just builds up. You're just suppressing it more and more and more. So the more you
Right,
suppress it, the more it's building up before that happens, and then now you can't control it
right,
because now
right,
you're thinking this way, that way. You're doing all that, and now you can't control it. So instead of suppressing it, it's okay to let it out. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you know what I think too? I think a lot of people think that because they don't have a safe space. Like they don't have a friend that's a safe space or like a parent or somebody that's a safe space. I'm sorry. So they feel like they can't talk at all.
Yeah.
Hold
Now, if
on,
you,
let me drink some.
I will say that if you have those friends that they just want to tell you, well, girl, you should do this, this, and that, that's not your friend. Sometimes listening is always the key. For a friend to sit there and listen and to say, okay, you're going through this. How can we help? How can I help you navigate through this? How can we help you get through this struggle? And if you got that friend that always want to tell you what to do, I'm gonna need
Okay.
you to, okay, because that's going to add more stress to your mental. You don't need people around you adding stress to your mental. You need
Right.
people that actually genuinely care to say, hey, let's pause right quick. Take a deep breath. Let's dissect this one at a time. Okay, you're going through this situation. How can I help you as a friend? What do we need to do so you can get through this hurdle? That's it.
Right.
And you're right. It's not a lot of safe spaces out here, which is really, really sad.
There's
It's
no
not because it's not talked about because people are afraid to talk about it. And you never know, the person next to you may be going through 50 million things times worse than you, and you may never know it. Like how they
right.
say mental health, only affects certain people. Mental health it ain't got mental health shouldn't don't have black, white, male, female. It can happen to anybody.
Right.
Anybody.
Right. Right. Right.
Because of the traumas that you deal with and like I said again, suppressing your issues, that can turn into mental health. That can turn into deep depression, anxiety. You have anxiety attacks. A lot of things easily trigger you. You get angry easily. But
Girl.
yeah.
And piggybacking off of the friend thing, because a lot of the times mental health issues can come because of situations. So like divorces or a best friend breakup. And those are the worst. My gosh. Best friend breakups are like a divorce times two, right? And then you'll have another, like for me, for example, I had a divorce, and then one of my friends was like, "Girl, I know you're depressed and stuff, but I know exactly what to tell you to get over this hump." And I was like, "Girl, tell me." Homegirl was like, "Just go out and have sex with somebody else." No, girl, that's not gonna help me up here.
It's
It's
definitely
not.
not. It's actually going
It's
to hinder you more because you're looking for things in the wrong places. You're looking to heal, and
right,
that's not a sign of healing at all.
man. And listen, so like it's so important to find a safe space, like a person. Sometimes you can't even really find a person. A journal. Journaling is really
It's
good. You
very
can write all
good.
the words in the journal. F everybody. Ain't nobody gonna read it but you. Okay, so
No,
you let
and
it
then
out.
on that day when you journal, you can say next week, look back at it and see how that day was. Oh, that day I had a terrible day. Okay, I wrote
Mhm.
all these things. What could I have done differently on that day? Now I'm in a great headspace now.
Right.
Let's see what I could have done that day. So that way, if I ever come across that trigger again, I'll know what to do for next time. Because it's okay to, you know, cry, be mad, angry, things like that. We're human. Don't hold it
Hmm.
in. As long
Right.
as you can learn, okay, that day I went off the walls that day. Okay, let me see for if I go through that again, what are the steps I can take to try to maneuver where I can have a good mindset.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. So I'm gonna read the engagement prompt. Anybody on here, have you ever felt like you had to just handle things yourself instead of asking for help? If that's you, raise a hand or put a comment, let us know, and then I'll read as we go along. Um, let's go into the second one. So the second one, mental health struggles only affect certain people. That is a hell no. Okay. I have been at work where I was talking about mental health to one of my other coworkers when I was working on a unit. And she was like, girl, that doesn't happen to black people. That's a white people thing. And I was like, that's an everybody thing, sis.
Reason why, reason why you think it don't happen to black people is because we internalize it. We don't talk about it.
Right,
That's why
right.
you don't think it happens to black people. What Whitney Houston say? Hell to the no, no, no.
Okay. That has
No.
for everybody, like every freaking body. And you know what the sad part is? African American men are the top people to actually commit suicide, more than women. More
Because they
than
think
women.
that because they have the world on their back and they gotta carry it and they can't ask for help because if they ask for help they're less of a man.
Girl.
Everybody needs help. It doesn't make you less of a man or a woman. Everybody needs help.
Right.
You
And
realizing
when
that you
I
need help is that's the power that you're giving yourself.
yeah.
That's the beginning of the power that you're taking back.
When I saw that, I read that, I was like, yo, I started looking at my uncles and my boy cousins differently. Like, because normally, like, I would just like mess with them or play tough with them. But after I read that, I was like, oh, I love you. Because, you really just don't know. They internalize a lot. They're taught to like be strong and don't show emotion and all
That
these
one
things. I
right
was like,
there.
show
Don't
the
show
emotion.
emotion. Yeah, that one right there.
Don't need
They think
emotion.
of crying as a sign of weakness.
Go ahead and cry right here.
Hmm.
Because it's not worth you hurting yourself over,
No.
cutting yourself over. And men, they don't do like typically what women are commonly known for doing. Women commonly go for like cutting their wrist or cutting up their whole
Yeah.
arms or a wine, some wine here and there, or crying. We cry a lot.
Yeah.
Men don't really, they kind of they'll just go find something else to have sex with. Multiple women, or they're on the street selling drugs, or they're actually doing the drugs. Like their mode of like healing themselves is just not, it's not healthy when they're not accustomed to like the mental health stuff, like learning to overcome it. So I don't know. I just feel like we
Yeah.
got to do
We
better
do.
with.
We need more resources.
Yeah.
It's not enough resources out here. Definitely not enough resources.
But I did see there's I forgot his name. I'm gonna tag him when we get off the live, and I'll put his name in the live, like in the comments. But there's this guy who literally only focuses on men's mental health, and he has like a whole lot of like little reels that he does that only helps mental health and what they should be looking out for and stuff like that. I forgot his name, but he only does that. And then you have like Kier Gaines, I think that's his name, where he's a dad of two girls and a wife, and he was talking about him struggling with his mental health as well. Um, that's the only two that I could think of off the top of my head, but I'm gonna tag
I have
them.
one in Chicago actually. It's called Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health.
Ooh.
But it's on the north side. But he's African American, and he struggled with his own. He has struggled with his own mental health as well. So he opened up. So he has sometimes on Tuesdays it's like Men's Day, and when it's nights outside, they do like meditation and yoga and things like that because that is good. To exercise the mind and release a lot of tension and everything. So that's really good too. But a lot of my patients, they're more south than north,
Mhm.
so it's hard for them to travel up there. But my patients, they do go when they get a chance to, and they love it because it's a man, and they get to relate. So I try to pass that resource off to anyone, but by it being so far, a lot of people don't go. So it's like in the urban communities, we need that type of resources in the urban communities. So I want to find out how could I get the grants for that? How could I maybe he can open up a second shop somewhere out in the city where in the urban community where they can come.
And what if he asked you to run it?
I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Okay.
mind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
That's awesome.
Hey, we have to start somewhere, and it starts with
Yeah.
us.
That's
It starts
true.
with us,
That's
and that would be a great safe space. It's like, you do a check-in every day. They come in, you can have like a group, and it can say like, hey, how are you feeling today? You may feel depressed. You may have suicidal ideations. Okay,
mm-hmm.
well, why you have those? What was your day today? Let's talk about that. Let's get through that as a group, because this is a safe space for you to talk in front of everybody, because we don't judge. I tell people
Yeah.
all the time, who am I to judge? I'm not God, and God don't judge either. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to create more safe space. So it says reality mental health does not discriminate. It affects people of all backgrounds, regardless of success, income, and social status. Success, income, or social status.
Hello.
Let me tell
I mean,
a lot of people be sitting here thinking, oh, the rich don't have mental health issues. Yes, the hell they do. Yes, they
yes.
do. I had a patient where he was in VIP. This is when I was working in the hospital. He was VIP. So I'm coming in, I'm getting a report, and everybody's making a big deal out of him. I don't know who the hell he was. He wasn't nobody that I know. But they were like, oh, he's VIP, he's rich, he's a billionaire, this, that, and the third. And I said, okay, well, fine. So I'm taking a report. One of the nurses goes, oh, look him up on Google. I forgot his name. But we looked him up together. Billionaire. Wife. 3 kids, right? Big mansion in California. And then he took him and his kids here in Miami to go on vacation. He had an episode. What was the episode? He rented a car. The kids were sleeping upstairs. Wife was in the house, Airbnb. And then he said he was very, very like depressed, and he felt like he had too much on his shoulders. Because I talked to him after. I was like, tell me what's going on. But he said that he was in his garage. He closed the garage door of the Airbnb, and he just let the car run. And when you do that, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, I'm so surprised. I was not expecting to like be alive. Like I woke up here. And then he was like, I woke up in the ER, and then I had to tell them like what happened and that it wasn't a mistake. And he was like, my wife is hurt. My kids, they don't know yet, but I have to figure out like what to tell them. But he was like, I know a lot of people think of it as me being selfish, but he was like, I just wanted the pain to stop. I just wanted to not be sad anymore. I just wanted, and I was like, you preaching to the choir. I totally understand. Totally understand. So people be like, oh, rich people don't have mental health issues. They be the main ones.
I'm saying they be the main ones.
Main ones. The worst ones. So it's like, we got to stop thinking that, like, they're untouchable. They are. They go through the worst, and they have to recover in a way that makes them seem strong, when really, like, all you have to do is be normal and just find a way to overcome.
Yeah.
Just find a way.
But that was good that he took the first step into sharing and opening up. That was good.
Yeah.
I hope he did get the help that he needed, whatever the pain was that he wanted to stop, and a reason for the sadness.
Right. Right. And they had him on what's the Suicide Watch called again? Oh my gosh.
101.
No. Um what's the medical term? It's not coming to my mind. I don't know why. But oh my God, the 72-hour watch where they are like really, really suicidal. Because when he got there, he wasn't so bad, but then he got worse. So they had to switch him over. And then he really had to tell his wife like what he did. It was a whole thing. I was